Okay, here's the project that we need to work on right now. Okay, Vincent is Vincent. Is that Vincent or is that Kevin? Well, either one or anyone. Okay. He's taking a bus to school, and there's a scrolling display on the bus. Since the size of the display is not big enough, so it will be able to display the whole message at one time. So the text that is being displayed will scroll from right to left. Why does it scroll from right to left? Why? Because that's the way we read it. We read it from left to right, so it will scroll from right to left. Is it okay? Okay, all right. Now here's an example. Now here's the way it scrolls. What does it mean by T0? In the beginning. Okay? When the time starts at the beginning, all right? T0, time 0, all right? And the display will be empty without any text on it. At T1, there will be one character on the right side of the display. And the T1, there will be 2, etc., until the whole message is displayed on the scroll and disappeared on the left. So let's see the example. For instance, if the width of the display is 7, and the message that is going to be displayed is a snail is handsome, and that is so true. And yeah, you can say that again. Okay. And the text that is displayed on the scrolling display is as following. In the beginning at T0, the whole display are blank, all right? At T1, there will be 1 character. At T2, there will be 2 characters, etc. At T7, the whole display will be filled with the message, the first 7 characters of the message, all right? And the T8, there will be 1 more character coming in. However, they will squeeze the first character out of the display. Do you understand what I'm talking about? Okay. And at T18, the last character of the message has come in. All right. And at T19, the last character will keep scrolling to the left, leaving a space at the end. At T24, there will be only 1 character left on the display with 6 spaces following. Do you know what I'm talking about? Okay. And at T25, the whole display will be empty again. So now, what is the problem? The problem will give you the width of the display and the message that is going to be displayed in the scrolling display. And at the time, you need to tell me at the time of 8, T8, what is the display, the contents of the display at that time? Do you understand? For this one, if we have the width of 7, and the message is Snell is handsome, then at T8, this 8 means at T8, the message, the display will have the contents of Snell is like this. So do you understand what the problem is asking for? Okay, any question? To solve this problem, we need to slice. I have told you that I'm going to teach you the concepts of slice. We need to cut a segment of a string out and print them out. Do you know what I'm talking about? We need to cut a part of the string out. Like this. The message being displayed is Snell is handsome. And this one right here is actually the part of this message, right? How are we going to cut a part of the string out? We are going to use the slice concept of the list or a string. Okay, how does that work? Let me show you. Like if we have a message of Snell is handsome, and I like this statement. And how are you going to slice this part of the message out? How? The way that we do it is called slicing, all right? What is S1? What is M1? Not the big S. The big S is M0. So what is M1? This is N, right? Okay. So if you have this M1, you'll get N out of this. This is not something new. You have known this. I have taught you this before, right? Right? Or you forgot about it? I have taught you about this. All right. Here, what is M? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. What is M7? It's this little s, right? Okay. M7 is little s. So if you want to cut, if you want to get these parts of the string, then you can do something like this. Watch carefully. 1, column, 7. You can put a column in the middle of the substring. And this is the start of the slice. This is the end of the slice. Do you know what I'm talking about? And it will give you the whole thing, whole thing like this. Any question? Let me hit the enter. Uh-oh. Something's wrong. What is wrong? What is wrong? S is missing, right? S is missing from the slice. We have told the Python to have the slice from 1 to 7. And we have this M1 as N, M2 as A, but this I is actually M6. But we don't have M7 in this slice. Why? Exactly, there's no reason. It's the definition of a slice. Definition, do you know what this means? It's the definition of the slice. This is the beginning. This is the end. It will include the beginning and it won't include the number of the end.
Wow. So that's the rule.
That's a rule. That's the definition. Okay? So what do we do if we want the S to be included in this slice? Yes, exactly. You're so smart. Mm-hmm. You're so smart, it's just like Snail is so handsome. And then she's not smart at all. Now you have to stand up here. All right. Now that's the answer, right? If you want the slice from M1 to M7, you need to put it like M1 column 8 instead of 7. Do you know what I'm talking about here? Yes. But do you know how to solve this problem right now? It's still hard. Why? Look at this. At T0, we have 7 spaces. At T1, we can slice 1 character out, but we need to have 6 spaces here. At T2, we can slice 2 characters out. However, you still need to put 5 spaces in front of it. And how do we do that? Is that going to be hard?
Yes.
Yes. So now I'm showing you a trick to make it easy. Look carefully about this trick. All right? Actually, I will show you the answer to this problem. So I'm going to type it. Oh, not like this. It will be like this. All right, here. Look carefully. Every time when we deal with a problem, we do the input first. So the first thing here is the width of the display, and then there will be int input. Do we need to split it? Do we need a dot split at the end? No. Why not? Because how many numbers are there in the first line? Only one. So do we need to split it? No. Do we need to map it? No. Simply a int can convert the inputs into an integer, all right? What about the next one? How do we input that? Which is the message. How do we do it? No, you don't need to. Just simply an input will do. They will get you the whole line of text. Okay? And what about the third one, which is T? Yeah, exactly. INT input. All right? So we have done the inputting of the information. And now I'm going to show you a trick. For this message, I will put look carefully. Snail is handsome. Wow. We can say that again. And I'm going to put 7 spaces in front of it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And I'm going to put 7 spaces at the end of it too. Okay? And now from this string, from this one, I can simply slice out of it. For T0, you just slice these 7 spaces, and that will be the answer. At T1, you slice from 1, and with the width of 7, this is the answer. And then from T2, this is the answer. Do you see that?
Yeah.
Will that make it simpler? Easier? Do you see that? But how do we do that? How do we put the spaces in the front and the spaces at the end? And also, how many spaces do you want to put?
7.
No, it's not 7 every time. It can be 1. It can be any number between 1 and 20. So how many spaces are you going to put in front of it? W is that exactly. So how can you put W spaces in front of input? How do you do that? I would like to have 7 spaces, not 7, W spaces in front of it. How are you going to do it? We put 1 space and times W. And 1 space times W. So this will have W spaces, and this will, in the beginning, and then this will attach W spaces at the end. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
Any question? Would this make it easier? Okay. So now, let's figure out the answer. Print, so this time we are going to print M. We started with T. When T is 0, we slice from the beginning, which is we slice from 0. But to where? We would like to slice from 0 to where? To T? This is M0. This is M1. And this is M what? What is the last space? 6. Oh, there will be W minus 1. This will be MW. And this is MW minus 1. Do you know what I'm talking about here?
Yes.
Okay. This is MW. This is M0. And this is MW1. MW minus 1. So, what do we put here? To the end. Do we put T plus W minus 1? Do we put that this way? Is that the answer? If this is M0, this is MW. Oh no, I'm sorry, this is MW. And this is MW1, so we would like to slice from M0, which is MT right now. And then MW minus 1. So that is T plus W minus 1. Is that the correct answer? No. If you do it this way, it won't include MT plus W minus 1. It won't include this way, this one. You have to specify the index of T plus W, so without this minus 1. And that's the answer to this practice. Any question? This is exactly the answer to this problem. We can try it out if you want to, all right? Let's try it out. Excuse me. So now we have 7, Snail is handsome, and 8. See? That's the answer, right? And let's do that again. This time we copy the second test case and paste it here. We will get the answer of H. Do you see that? Any question? Okay, so this is the slice of a string. Before I stop my lecture, I would like to remind you with something. This is a slice of a string. Can we have a slice on a list? Can we? Can we do a slice on a list? Yes. Yes, you can do that too. Okay, you can do that too. There are a lot of common characteristics between a string and a list. They are very similar too. Okay, there are a lot of things that you can do on a list. You can also do them on a string. Let's see. For instance, if we have a list which is 3146289795. All right? So S is a list, right? Can we have a list out of, can we have a slice out of S? Can we do that? Yes, of course. If I slice S2 to 5, what are you going to get?
4, 6.
What are you going to get? 146? No. 462. Okay? Because this is S2. 3, 4, 5. But will that include 5? No. You'll get 462 like this. Do you know what I'm talking about? Okay? So does the slicing work on list at all? Can we do slicing on a list?
Yes.
Yes. Just like we can do a do a slicing on a string. Do you know what I'm talking about? Any question? Okay. I will let you do this part of the practice, this one, as the practice for today. The scrolling text display on the bus. All right? Any question? No, that will be it for today.